Hey guys, welcome back to another video on Blade & Soul today. Blade & Soul Unreal Engine 4, of course it is, because it has been released for like, what is it, 1.5 week? Something like that. So with this Unreal Engine 4 update, the Blade Master, Lightning Blade Master I play as specifically, has been changed slightly. So my video, which I uploaded earlier this year, I think in January or February, something like that, is a little outdated. So the rotation is actually quite similar, but it has something added to it. So something you need to look out for a little bit more. So let's look at Blade & Soul. Here we are in the training lobby, of course, the training room, whatever you want to call it, and I use the training dummy. First thing first, I will show you my current build. So when I press K, go to single blade, and I use focus / recovery boost, cleansing wings, quick to strike, and gleaming blade. These two you can change out, and you can make it whatever you want depending on your preference, the CCs you want, the protects you want. And at the very first you can switch between sword training and focus slash, because both are good, and it seemed like focus slash would be better than sword training, but you can figure it out for yourself. I haven't noticed much of a difference at all, if at all, so just see what works for you. But yeah, this is what I would recommend to use. So 2-1-1-1-1, that's the build. Here I will show you the points I have distributed: 5 in bleeding edge, 5 in hone slash, and 5 in flash stab. Because flash stab is the new ability you want to use more. So before you didn't really use it in rotation. So let me first show you what my build was like. Before, I had everything in 1 strike 10 cuts instead of flash stab. Everything else was the same. And here I shall show you what my DPS would be if I did a rotation. So let's burst it. And it's pretty good, as you can see. It's 12 mil right now, consistent, or almost consistent. It's dropping down now. And you can see I'm around 8 to 9 million. And it's very static. Alright, that's for like, what is it, 30 seconds. 8 million. That's pretty decent, right? Now if I reset this and I press K, I switch out the points from 1 strike 10 cuts and I put it in flash stab. So for the new rotation, I use the same rotation, but I use flash stab as well. And let's see how much damage I do now, if I do it right, that is. As you can see, I'm already bursting higher. And what I need to do now is actually just wait until I have flashed up again and I can use it. And I can see it's actually filling up the breaker as well, which we do not use as of now. But I think, oh, I didn't even animation cancel properly, but I think 30 seconds has passed, and as you can see, it's around 9 million. So it's about a difference of 1 million right now. I can do about 10 to 11 million stable if I do everything perfectly fine. Right now I messed up a little bit with animation cancel, and without sound it's even harder for me, because I actually listen to the sound cues, do animation cancel, and do everything well. So I'm struggling with that. But if you have seen my previous video, you know the rotation. If you have not, it's not too difficult for Lightning Blade Master. So what I first do is I press V, and if I'm far away I press 2. You don't necessarily need to use that. Then press tab and 4. X, C, tap, C, tap. And then you start animation cancel, left mouse, and then right mouse button, and you have this. Until your cooldowns are over, tap again, 4, C, tap, and Z. And that's pretty much it. That's all you need to do for a build, because then you just keep on repeating tap, and when 4 and C are off cooldown, use it, and then use tap again, because after C your tap gets off cooldown as well, so you can use it again. Once your tap and C are on cooldown, both of them, you can use Z to replenish your tap as soon as possible. That was the basic rotation I used to do before. Now, once I've done that, so once I started with the rotation, with my V, tap, and 4, so you don't necessarily have to use 2. I like to do it because it's a habit. And I usually stand a little bit farther away, so I need to get close, so that's the best option I have. And there you go. After this, I like to V, 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 V. I missed. But you do that, and then you stop animation cancelling, and then you do the same thing. Now I'm waiting for cooldown, so let's just start again here. And I'm not even using my talisman right now. Usually at the very beginning I would use my talisman, and I messed up my rotation a little bit, but that's fine. Here you can see there's a cooldown on my tablet again. I can Z, and I have it again, and I have V available, so I can use my V. And then get back here, tap, and animation cancel. That's pretty much the rotation I use right now. So like this, you usually have 3, and there you go. So if you can do more V's, so flash taps that is, in a row, please do, because it does give a lot of DPS. If you have busted it the way I did. I'm not saying this is the perfect build, because it may not be, or may not be the perfect rotation that is, at least, but it definitely works very well, because it buffed me quite a bit, and I'm not doing a lot of them right now because I'm just taking it slow and easy, and I haven't resetted it in a bit. But if I actually start with my Shift E talisman and then the rotation, you should be able to see that I'm actually doing quite a bit more damage than I used to. And I'm not that geared, at least compared to, I didn't gear up that much, and I messed up a little bit. As you can see, I burst to 70 million. I can do even higher, so that means I fucked up. But yeah, I'm bursting way higher than I used to, because before I used to burst to 8 million, 10 million maybe, sometimes 11, and now I can go to up to 25 mil, if I'm lucky. It's kind of hard to hit 25 mil though. Still struggling with animation cancel sometimes, but that's fine. And you can see I have V available. So I would recommend you to actually figure out what works for you. What I like to do after V, if my V is off cooldown, is SS right after it, and then V, V. So it's easier for me to actually reposition. Otherwise it's kind of hard sometimes to do well, but it takes some practice for sure. And after this, rotation again. So you have to wait for 1 minute before you can actually use your V in normal stance again, to start off your rotation again, to burst higher, and to keep the high consistent damage. And this I do with my badges, my wind song, I think. Let's see, the badge, wing rising, I mean the wing rising soul badge I use, and I use the groundbreaker mystic badge. So you need to look at that, and of course all your other stats, whether it will buff you or not, for specific stances and everything. So this may work for me very well, it may not for you, because I use wing rise soul badge and you may use another soul badge or another mystic badge which improves something else. But this is pretty much my rotation. It's not that big of a video here, because I already made a video on this, and I thought let's just add on to it, and let's not make it too difficult for people to understand. Just add flash tap, basically. That's pretty much this video. That's what I actually was going to say, but I wanted to show you what the difference was between what I did before, and it worked actually pretty well compared to what I do use now. So tops I would hit, like, let's say with this gear, the same gear I have right now, I would hit maybe 15-16 million as burst with the previous build and rotation. And with this current rotation I can hit up to 25 million as burst, and my consistent will be around 10 to 13 million if I do it well without having to move or doing anything. With my previous build and rotation, I'll do about 8 million, maybe 9 million as consistent DPS without moving at all, without doing mechanics. So there's that. I still have to figure out quite a lot, but I think this is a good stepping stone for people who want to learn Lightning Blade Master to actually deal enough damage to be useful with this gear. But you definitely need to try some things to figure out whether this is actually optimal or not for you. So yeah, without further ado, hope you liked this video and hope it was useful to you. Tomorrow I will be streaming some Tekken again on Twitch, and I may draw some things with you guys on Twitch as well. So make sure to join me on Twitch, follow me, and if you like it, subscribe to my Twitch as well, because I'm streaming twice a week nowadays on both Sunday and Thursday at 2 PM CEST. So I hope to see you there, and see you next video. Bye.